We've seen the guy who floated away in the lawn chair and brought his BB gun so he could slowly pop them. I think he used weather balloons.
Yeah,
they're enormous.
We talked about that guy in Chile who did that to like promote, I don't fucking know, save the rainforest, and he just floated away into the sea,
floated off into the Atlantic, and they found chunks of him, I think, or maybe like they found like his they found like some material of him, like he got gobbled by sharks and drowned or something like that. What a buffoon! What a buffoon!
I would use a very long string to make sure that it
can't it work? It would seem like the balloon would slowly lose its ability to float you, so you shouldn't land too hard.
He was got pulled over the ocean, and they didn't track him.
Let's say we plan for that, right? Bring a little Garmin, the GPS tracker, and make sure the wind is not headed. Don't launch from the beach with offshore or onshore winds. Get that figured out. It seems like you could do it moderately, so it's within my risk profile.
You can absolutely do it. It's been done many times. Like I watched the video the other day. The wife is filming, and the husband's taking off, and she's like, they've got a radio. So he's like, this is great. I could see my house. It's like, of course you can, honey. You're above us. Please come down. Please come down. And he's just like, this is great.
He's living the dream.
But yeah, he went up with his BB gun, and then when he wants to come down, he slowly starts popping a few balloons at a time and gets himself down.
That would be fun briefly.
I'd do that. That's not even scary. That's like that Baumgartner stunts where it's like, yeah, I jumped from the highest skydive of all time. It's like, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. I'll do it for free. I'm not impressed. What did you do? Take one step forward? He didn't even have to pull his chute. It's all altimeter based.
And they've
never even done regular skydiving.
Because I'm not interested, but I'm not afraid to. I'd do it. I'm not like if I did do it, you wouldn't throw me a parade and give me a Red Bull sponsorship either.
I'd throw you a parade.
I'd get you a parade.
It wouldn't be a big parade.
Be a little one.
I'd throw you an intimate parade.
Well, a one motorcycle parade, yeah.
It's like, this isn't a parade. Chasing an ice cream truck.
I'm not impressed by that at all. He just jumped. Like there was nothing skillful about it. He was just wearing a bunch of gear. And again, he doesn't even have to pull the ripcord. The altimeter pulls his chute for him. That was so lame.
How about the guy who jumped with no parachute, landed on the
all right, that's incredible. The guy who landed in the stadium on the nets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that
was incredible. Like that. Now that is some cool shit. Like maybe it's easier than I know, but I don't think it is. I think that was crazy impressive. I remember that. Yeah, that I
realized he
man
literally had a net, but it seemed like he was jumping without a net. Like that's you got to get it right first time.
I've seen people like jump out without their chute, but they got their buddies with them, and like mid jump they put a chute on or they do a thing. That's somewhere in the middle. It's like maybe if I knew everybody, yeah, like I don't know anything about the sport, so I don't know how dangerous that truly is. Some things look crazy dangerous, but if you're a pro at it, you're like, it's no big deal. I mean, he was never going to get away from me. He just goes flat and slows down, and I go skinny and catch up, and we grab him, and like, the chute can carry both. My chute can carry both. Like maybe it's like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But the guy who jumped without a chute and landed that net, that's crazy impressive. I would be terrified to do that. I would not do that. He deserves whatever he gets. Baumgartner, rest in peace. He didn't deserve all that.
He died?
Oh yeah, he had a heart attack or something
in a paragliding accident, right?
And he like he's the one who like flew into the hotel employee.
I did not know
as he died. Yeah, it was a few weeks ago. It was like maybe 6 weeks ago, maybe.
We talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
Rare event of you not remembering.
Taylor had him remembering. I never claimed it. I used to have great call. I had amazing recalls. I knew every one of my high school's SAT scores, every swimmer's best times. The second they touched the wall, I knew how many hundreds of seconds they were above or below their personal best. Now, every month, a lot of new faces here at Patreon. Nice to see you guys.
That is funny. Where you're like, hey, have you been here before? And it's like, Woody, my name's Fish. I've been here for 7 years.
We're watching TV. I'm like, you mean to tell me that guy with the beard is the guy we've been watching for 3 years now with no beard? Yeah, I don't get it.
For the last time, Woody, he's the head of the gang. It's Tony. Yeah, but he's just as fat as everybody else here. And also the Baumgartner thing, the skydiving, adding to your point, Kyle, the tactical use of the fisheye lens to make it look like he was way higher than he was. Like, oh, you could see the whole planet. And then you look it up and it's like, he was the lowest possible point that you can claim as space, which like maybe that is
50,000?
literally something, maybe 40 or 50,000, something like that. It was, which maybe that is as high as you can go. But you know, the fisheye lens, they're like, you guys are trying to goose this a little bit, make it seem like you're, you know, falling from the moon.
38,900 meters.
Oh,
Okay, well that's a lot, like
That's
100,000 feet.
Yeah, 127,000 feet.
I've never
He
been
was
that
at-
high.
According to this, he was going 843 miles per hour, which is breaking the sound barrier, depending on which the sound barrier is lower the higher you get. So I don't know what point he broke it, but 843 is definitely faster than the speed of sound.
Okay,
It's
all right,
lower
it
when
is
you're
pretty cool.
higher.
Yeah, the higher that. So when
Yes,
they
it's less dense, it moves slower.
yeah, yes,
Huh.
because I know test pilots like when we were breaking a lot of those records in the 60s, they would go up really high and break the sound barrier.
But I thought that was because the air was like
Thinner.
thinner, right? And therefore easier to travel through. Like, I just feel like if I were to try to have a wave transfer, I would think it would transfer faster in something like steel than in something squishy and less dense.
Yeah, I mean that
But
checks.
I'm probably wrong. I don't think Kyle made it up. I just don't
Yeah,
understand it.
At sea level, it's 760 miles per hour, but at typical cruising altitudes of 30 to 40,000 feet, the speed of sound can be reduced to 660 miles per hour. So when you go 100,000 feet up, you know, it's 3 times that. It's much lower.
Oh. But that ties into what I said. Maybe I misunderstood what you said a second
The speed
ago.
of sound is lower the higher you go.
That's what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, and now I'm back to not understanding. But I do believe you're right. I just don't know why.
It's less. It's because of the temperature and the density of the air.
Yeah. So I don't know why I thought the opposite. Now it makes perfect sense.
The more dense, the slower it propagates. Like light travels much slower in water, for example, than it does in the vacuum of space, or it travels more slowly in atmosphere than it does in the vacuum of space. What's the speed of sound in water? Let's see what that is.
I have no idea.
I feel it's probably me, but I feel like we're flipping sides on this. The higher you go, the thinner the air, the lower the speed of sound.
Mhm.
Did I say it right or backwards?
You said it correctly.
Okay.
So at the higher you go, the more easily you can break the sound barrier. At sea level, it's the most difficult.
But easily break it is not my question. It's about the speed of it, right? Because it might be easier to go 1,000 miles an hour up high than it is down
No.
low.
The
'cause it's
speed
not
is
as dense.
okay. So at sea level, 760 miles per hour breaks the sound barrier, but at 40,000 feet, it's 600. It's a much lower speed that you have to attain.
Right, which ties into my like gut feeling because it's less dense and therefore it's like the opposite of steel, right? I said it'd be really quick in steel as it moves and it's like squishy and almost like, you know, cloudy, where you'd think it'd move more slowly. I don't know why I didn't wrap my head around it originally. My bad.
In any case, he broke the speed of sound with his body, and I'm still not impressed because all he did was lean forward. That was his effort.
I would have been too scared to do it, so I'm impressed in that way.
Yeah, I'd have been scared too.
Pinball ball could have.
We're going to give you a Red Bull sponsorship that's going to do you for the rest of your
Okay,
life.
who is more worthy of Red Bull sponsors all the extreme things, and it is pretty extreme. They sponsor like darts tournaments and shit. Like,
do they?
I think they do all sorts of stuff. They have a really aggressive like partnership marketing.
That soapbox thing with the wings where they like go push it
The
off.
Flugtag.
I feel like Red Bull. Well, they do the F1 car, but mostly I feel like they pick off cool shit. And they find people who do insane things for $600.
Yeah.
Like I have some friends who are Red Bull athletes, and they did base jumping and paragliding. And he's like, yeah, it's not really the money. There's some prestige to it. And Red Bull treats their athletes really well, which I take to mean perks or travel or something. But like they'll pay for the performance of your stunts, but no one gets rich. All the Red Bull athletes I know had other jobs.
Well, then Red Bull that just proves they're even better at it. They're like, all right, you're a loon and you probably would like some notoriety for
Right?
this life-risking stunt. Okay, you're now a Red Bull athlete and we'll give you a stipend of this for every month you're
Exactly. If you're
performing.
gonna ride your bike down this cliff, put my sticker on it and I'll pay for your hotel. I think that's kind of what they do.
If I crash and almost die, will you pay for my health care? And it's like, well, how about a fridge?
Unless
We
you're
can
Max
give you-
Verstappen.
We can give you a
The
nice refrigerator.
The speed of sound in water is 3,355 miles per hour.
Wow.
Way faster.
I
5
asked
times
about this
faster.
before, but I wonder what the speed of motion is, right? Like I brought this up as a repeat topic, but if I theoretically had a steel cylinder, right? 1-inch pole that was a mile long, and I'm Superman, so I quickly lift the bottom of it an inch. How long until the top moves that inch?
And we're assuming like this is a magic steel pole where there's no bending. It stays 100%
Right.
straight.
Right. Make it vibranium if you need to. I don't care. But like, if you just lift a mile long steel hole, how long does that like compression and straightening happen again?
If it's a magic steel pole and it doesn't like, because I'm sure in real life, some physicist or something would be like, well, as soon as you started to lift it, halfway down the pipe, it would destroy itself under its own weight. But if it stayed there, like static, 100% straight, can't be moved, it would have to move in concert with your hand, right? Like if there's no movement laterally,
it would never squish in the middle.
It
I don't
will
know.
though.
Real physics,
So
it
everything's
would.
built
Yeah, it
out
would
of
have to
atoms.
break.
So everything's built out of atoms wrapped up in fucking electromagnetic forces. So it's going to propagate at that speed, because as you push these atoms, well, you're not actually touching them because they're fucking electromagnetic fields. But as you push these atoms, they have to push those like we got a bar of
Right.
steel. We push this side. These atoms have to push those atoms, which have to push those atoms, which have to push those atoms. So it's going to propagate at it's not instantaneous.
Isn't that
it's
what
the speed of
sound
light.
waves are doing too? But now we're doing it in a more solid form.
Yeah. And if it didn't move and it was 100% straight, couldn't move, couldn't compress, vibranium or whatever, and you just went like turned it upward, the far end would be moving at like, it would like break the sound barrier if it's a mile long.
If
You know
it's
what
a
I
mile
mean?
long,
Because it
yeah,
would
yeah.
like that end would be moving so fucking fast vertically. Yeah, we need to, maybe the mountain.
Here we go. I got it right here. Consider the following thought experiment. You have a long, perfectly rigid beam. For the sake of simplicity, suppose that it's 1 light second long.
Thanks.
Okay.
Fucking, what a douche.
Okay, a light second is 186,000 miles, which
Okay.
is placed on a fulcrum in the middle. Basically, they're setting up your experiment. You flip it, and let's see, what happens to participant B for the first second? Outcome or participant? Yes, as you probably tell from the title of the question, is that the entire hypothetical situation cannot happen because there is not really such a thing as a perfectly rigid body. Which look like absurd material involved. Depends on the material involved. Yeah, they're not getting to the bottom of this here. You're
No,
correct. There's
yeah, I
no
was
such
thinking
thing.
too, as we were doing it, I'm like, I bet if it was granite as opposed to steel, the way that the time it would take for the tip to react to what happened at the bottom would be different.
Yeah, I think the rigidity of the material would matter, but it's going to
Yeah.
be real fast. Nothing can propagate faster than the speed of light, though. Like not even gravity. Like if you were to magically make the sun disappear, we would continue to rotate for whatever 6 minutes or whatever. However, I think it takes 6 or 8 minutes, something like that, for the light to get from the sun to the earth. That's also how long it would take for the pull of gravity to release us.
What?